All right. Good evening, guys. Thank you for jumping on. This is the weekly Sunday community call. Um, Tonight, I wanted to talk about a handful of things. I want to talk about some of the successes that we've had as a community. I want to talk about some of the things that are putting people in a position where they are going to be more successful, where we can have better accountability, where we can see faster results, all of the good things. With us tonight, Tom Hannaberry is going to be a guest speaker. This guy, I tell you what, we've been in some of the worst situations, some of the worst places in the world, and he helped to make them a whole lot better. I am thrilled to have him with the community. We're going to be talking with him, maybe do a little interview, a couple questions, talk about his results as he's been started. Kristen, I'm sorry, I'm trying to let you in. I promise. Um, and then Ethan is also going to help out. We're going to do a quick unboxing. He has his newest shipment with him, and I thought it would be a great opportunity, on a team call that we could actually go through the product and talk about why we use the products in the order that we use them and just do a quick little introduction. Uh, Grateful to have my friend Rachel joining us on this call. Almost didn't recognize her. I love the new hair. Rachel is over in Tennessee. She's with the Alita's team. She's doing some awesome things focused on veterans as well. And she is also herself Army. So we have that going for us. We've got a whole bunch of vets, first responders, educators. That's almost pretty much the entire group when you look at us. People who are serving the community. I like that. I like that a lot. And Brenda's jumping on right now too. Perfect. All right. So with that, um, Tom, if you don't mind sharing in just a couple minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put the spotlight on you. You've been with Plexus. You've been with our community for, I think it's coming up on 3 months now. Um, your results, if you guys haven't seen a picture of this guy, it's phenomenal. It absolutely phenomenal. Uh, Tom, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you don't mind sharing like what you've seen, what your wife has seen in your words or her words. Uh, Take it away, man.
I don't think I can use her words. We gotta keep this PG. Uh, so the thing with Mike is, he tried getting me to join Plexus, I don't know, like 3 years ago. And just like anything else, you think it's just, fake. I've tried other things over the years. So I said, what the hell? I'm finally gonna try it out. What else, could possibly go wrong? And it's the best, decision I made because I got rid of my brain fog, my fatigue, um, all the other stuff I've had issues with, sleep. I sleep like a baby almost, for most part nowadays. And it's been a complete, 180. Um, in better words, the old lady said, I'm not a, I don't know how to say it in better words, a-hole, I'm not a complete a-hole, because I'd be very irritable, and just be, short fused. She pretty much did say that. I wasn't a complete DICK bag, but I'm trying to keep it as much PG as possible. Um, and then with myself feeling the energy and how good I felt, I'm a first responder myself. I'm a firefighter. I'm a chief. I work in corrections. I'm a sergeant, and I'm also a veteran. I served with Mike in the Marine Corps, and my focus is to try to get, the same focus as Mike and the rest of you, trying to get first responders and veterans, because everyone knows the stuff that we have been, exposed to over the years and still exposed to. It's, this product, speaks for itself. And I'm finally happy that I, jumped on, the family and community because it's great.
I love that. And truthfully, I can't thank you enough. Your timing, when you jumped on, when you were, it just works out. Everybody has their own timing. And, you came in, you did a reset. Not only did you knock it out, but you were open to sharing it with a couple friends. That first month, I think you lost like 12 or 13 pounds.
Yeah, like I think it was 13.
It was significant. And you were able to help out Wayne and Charles and I think Steve. Anna, I know your wife, she joined you. That's powerful. Like that's really powerful. And when you see people who are around you who are also nonstop and trying to keep up and just doing all the things and they're doing well, um, that was incredible to see. So, Tom, if you don't mind sharing, which products are you using right now?
I'm still utilizing the triplex, and then I'm doing the mega still.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to jump on that detox once we, finally get that going. But those are the products I've been taking right now. In my next shipment, I'm gonna be getting that sweet tea because everyone keeps craving about it, and I can't wait to try it.
Awesome. I'm gonna make a note. Sweet
And the
tea.
active, I've been hitting the active too lately, which that stuff's addicting. I don't know what's in it. It really
That
is.
stuff is the absolute best. So, with that and using that regimen, what habits have you been able to develop over the past couple months? What things have changed for you?
It's really it's helped my sleep, my energy, my eating habits. Like any time that I eat something that's not the best, I can feel the difference. And the same thing with my wife. She was feeling the same thing. You eat something semi bad, and it's like, wow, it's like your body's rejecting it. So it's pretty wild how these products work. And I can't wait till my physical in August and see what the blood work is gonna tell as well. So
That'd be cool. You think you're up for a reset? Well, you're gonna be trying the restore.
yeah, I want to try to restore. I'll do a reset again too. It's I'm not opposed to any of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that. We have Rachel in the comments saying go Army with Crystal countering Semper Fi. I appreciate that. Um, Crystal Crystal is the primary reason I joined the Marine Corps. I was already gonna, if anybody doesn't know that story, she's the one that told me I didn't have the balls to be a Marine when I was in Army ROT.
Crystal, I've heard this story so many times. You're the one.
So Crystal
I
is the
love it.
one.
Proud of it.
She's the one. Her dad used to fly the president around with HMX-1, if I recall. Um, so it all comes around, right? And just to have a community of people. Uh, Ethan's a corrections officer. We also have another woman who's coming into the group, and we seem to have the same lifestyle. It's all happened to us. If you can have a drink in the morning, a couple pills at night, and all of a sudden your body is going to remind you when you're doing something. Is there anybody here that's ever had a slip and like maybe it didn't work quite for you the way that you thought it would? Maybe you had some gluten, maybe you had some caffeine, a soda, anything like that. I know, yeah, you don't have to. I'm not calling anybody out. Like it happens. It happens to all of us.
You were
And,
absolutely calling me out. Don't even play.
and
And
so
it's fine because that's what I need.
when Crystal, if you don't mind sharing, like what actually happened? Like not what happened that led up to it, because it happens, truthfully. But what did you notice when you had a
Yeah,
slip?
it's been a rough month. And I fell back into some bad patterns. And especially over the last week, I fell back into my diet soda pattern, and it tasted fabulous at the time. And I just got through dealing with a 3-day migraine. So my energy has been crap again. Just resorting back to those things immediately affected my sleep, immediately kicked the migraines back in, and the yummy taste was totally not worth it.
And I both love that and I hate that for you. It's an incredible reminder to have these tools in our back pocket to get our body back to where it should be. And maybe in a year you're able to have a soda or two. And if you do, go for the regular ones. Um, use a regular with sugar in it or with cane sugar in it. And that's a totally different discussion. But for our bodies to be able to remind us, like, hey, this is not serving you, and to know what it feels like just to feel good again. I remember when I started, and this is 8.5 years ago. I was Rob and Ethan were able to come over tonight. Again, they watch me burn a pizza and then get a couple pizzas, uh, the right way, cook the right way. But when I started, I forgot to drink coffee, and that was like, holy cow. And then every now and then, all these women, Kristen helped me get started when I was getting started. All these women are talking about, I feel amazing. I was in such a bitter place that I was angry that they would talk about feeling amazing. I'm like, how dare you say that you feel amazing? That's offensive. And now it makes sense. We can feel good. Skip, Calvin, he's in the group. He goes by Skip. The guy is 65 years old. He started yesterday and message, and he's like, dude, I feel like I'm 50 again. That's incredible. You just retired from working for the Marine Corps as a civilian after retiring from a uniform, and you feel like you're 50 again. What happens in a month? What happens in 2 months? So with that, for the sake of time and a transition, one of the things that I do want to talk about, and I let Kristen, different Kristen, she wasn't able to join us this evening. Crystal, I let your Kristen know she is the last one that joins our group without an accountability partner. Happy for her, but she already has somebody that she's talking to about extra accountability. And the entire reason for that is it's great to get initial results. It's incredible to do a reset and lose 5, 7, 8 pounds, whatever it may be. If you don't have an accountability partner, and this is something that's been really, really well studied within the company and within the group, if you don't have an accountability partner, you have a 50% chance of falling off within the first 2 months. We have the chat, we're here for you, but the plan from here on out is going to be whenever a friend is joining us, they come in with an accountability partner. You can be part of that partnership, but it needs to be somebody that they are starting with, because looking at this group, looking at, the friends who have done the things, we've already started. We've already gotten over that hump. I don't think we have anybody in here who's been on the product for less than 2 months at this point, or you're just at that threshold. So it's good to have somebody who is going through those initial struggles, that initial, oh my God, how much water do I have to drink? Oh my gosh, I forgot to drink my drink. Those little things, having that accountability, having that presence, it's going to make all the difference in the world. This has been studied. We have people that are really, really smart and really, really good at it. And we're going to help our friends by bringing them in with an accountability partner, so that they can do the things, they can face the struggles, and they can share. There is no judgment. I'll joke and I'll pick, and I apologize. Like, I don't mean to be offensive. It's offensive. I didn't mean to offend you. Like, the stuff that we are doing, if it was easy, you would see more people doing it. It's not entirely easy. The supplements make it easier. They make it easier to recognize we need to make the lifestyle change. But you guys are doing the hard things right now, and they're the little steps that are going to add up down the road. The one thing that I really, really wanted to do tonight, and it worked out perfectly, that Ethan has his combo with him. He just received his box. Ethan, could I unmute you if you have your brand new kit right there? And we're just going to go through it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys exactly how I'm starting. Ethan's been doing this for a bit, but exactly why we're taking the things the way that we are, and the reason that I start my group the way that I do. And Rachel, I know you guys are taught a little bit differently. If there's something crazy, please feel free and chime in. I'd love to know how, your team does it. So, Ethan, we're going to start with the triplex, if you've got that one handy. Super simple. I know everybody here is already using these combos, but for the sake of why we are going through again, Ethan, if you just want to grab out, what's up?
I didn't get the triplex this time. I had some left over.
That's right. You didn't get the triplex. So if we were going through it, I would say you're going to grab out the bag of Slim. And we start with a Slim in the morning because it's going to help to balance your blood sugar, right? If you're one of those people that you started with a cup of coffee in the morning, or you used to start with a cup of coffee in the morning, chances are it wasn't the only cup of coffee you would have during the day, right? Like that sets you on the roller coaster. You start up high and then you come down. If you can go for at
But
least an hour in the morning without a cup of coffee and start with a slim, that'll help give you more energy more naturally during the day. Go ahead, Ethan. I cut you off.
so I didn't get the box, but I did get the bag of sweet tea.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
they
you've had
taste
that
good.
before.
I
Is there
tried one
anybody?
the other day.
And I love the sweet tea. Is there anybody else? I know Tom said he has not yet had the
What, baby?
opportunity.
What are you doing?
Is there
On a
anybody else
video.
who hasn't had one? Um, Thyroid peeps. Kristen, that's a great recommendation. First 90 minutes, if you're taking care of your thyroid, give your body a chance to go without caffeine. If yours is already on the way, then I won't drop any in the mail, but that's really good. And Crystal has hers coming too. Perfect. So we start out the morning with a slim. It helps to balance our blood sugar. It helps to stabilize our energy. That's really good. Hey, Ella. And then we move on to living life, right? Things are normal. We're not craving as much. We're not riding the peaks and valleys of the day. And then we get into typically ProBio 5, BioCleanse, and Mega X. Going down the line. First off, the reason that we take them before we go to bed, and I keep on looking to the right. I'm realizing my screen is over there. Mega X, ProBio 5, and BioCleanse. All of them are nourishing the gut. The Mega is good for brain health and heart health. For whatever reason, and I have not yet found this in a study, but when you take it with the probiotic before bed, Tom, that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm taking all three at nighttime.
And sleeping like a freaking rock.
Oh yeah.
It is the best sleep. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. I figuring that out, Kristen had suggested to me when I was first getting started, like, hey, make sure that you have try the Mega X, see if that doesn't help you. The ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse, we're taking that starting with one of each pill when you their very first 5 to 7 days. Typically, for the group of people that we work with, we have exposure to foreign countries, foreign bacterias. We probably took a whole lot of antibiotics or other medications at some point in time during our life. And by starting them slowly, it helps our body with the natural detox process. There are enzymes in the probiotic, and it just works a whole lot more easily as you're getting started up. So for 5 to 7 days, I always recommend one BioCleanse and one ProBio 5, just keep them by your toothbrush. Mega X, go ahead and start right out with 2. You're going to be in great shape. Piece of cake. Ethan, what else did you get?
I got the lean wheat milk chocolate for the mornings.
Perfect. I think everybody in here, let me look. Yep, everybody in here has done a reset at this point. Starting your morning with protein as the first macro that you're taking in, it's going to put your body in a fat burning zone, period. You're going from potentially 8, 10, 12 hours where you haven't had nourishment. And instead of putting in a food that is going to tell your body that I need to be burning carbohydrate, it's going to be saying, hey, preserve the muscle. Let's see if we can't burn some fat. Starting the morning with protein, phenomenal. I love that. Personally, I recommend whole milk. The fat in whole milk, not that bad for you. Take a look at the ingredients on 2%, 1% skim. That stuff is processed like crazy. Or unsweetened almond milk, either one. And then, Ethan, you also got some Edge. I know we were talking
Yes.
about that tonight. So, Edge, we talked about in another call. If you guys want more information about it, if you want a sample of it, please let me know. I might have a couple pills left that I could send off. It'll look like it's a little drug bag. But the stuff is legit. Like, they don't sell sample packs of it anymore. I wish they did. It is probably one of the most underrated supplements we have. Is there anybody else in here that has tried Edge? Rachel, what's your, and Kristen also. Rachel, what's your experience?
So way back in 2016 when I first started, Edge was like my go-to. I would take it before I went to the gym. Back then I think I was just taking the triplex. But the Edge is like my quick boost of energy when I really need to hit the ground running, kind of like when I overdosed on all of the energy things at convention. Unintentionally, of course.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah. She-
I was alert.
Rachel had what? Two, you had an active and then a coffee, and I didn't know that.
And
And I'm
two
like, here, this will
Metaburn
wake you up. Two
and two
Metaburn,
Metaburn too. Yeah.
which is another 80. And I'm like, here's an Edge. Like, this will help you out for the day.
So my opinion, the Metaburn is a longer, clean lasting energy for me. The Edge is when I need a punch, when I need a big energy boost. I love the active, but the Edge is, it's like pre-workout is what I
Okay.
relate it to. Edge is like pre-workout to me. And
Cool.
then the Metaburn, like I said, is a clean, longer lasting energy, in my opinion. And the active, I like mixing with my sweet tea. I just do the peach mango with my sweet tea.
Okay. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Um, Metaburn, we'll touch on that. We'll need to touch on that like next week or the week after. We haven't featured that one yet. So that's phenomenal. I'm really glad she said that because I will propose don't take Edge with a lot of other caffeine around it. Um, it is only 80 or 100 milligrams of caffeine. It's about as much as a cup of coffee, but the way it's designed to be delivered, it's potent. It's going to make you super clear, super focused, and more caffeine on top of that. I don't know. I just don't know. Um, so yeah, thank you for that. And Ethan, so that's the combo that you've got. We got the triplex covered. We've got the lean, Mega X if you were to be taking it before bed. And then Edge in place of maybe active. At least get a feel for it before you're trying it. And that would be a basic unboxing. So as our friends are getting started, you can share this recording with them. You can get us on a three-way chat, on a phone call. But I wanted to share that with you guys to give this as a super simple reference for how someone would be getting started. And then with the reset, of course, we're going to have a reset chat anytime somebody new is getting started with their reset so that we can have their walkthrough. They know what's in the box. They know what to expect. They know what milk to use. You wouldn't want to use the sweetened almond milk because that would ruin the entire reset for you. Like that would ruin, it would be an absolute shame. With that, it's already 8:55. What questions do you guys have? They always say to wait like an extra 5 seconds because somebody's going to chime in if you do that, right? No questions? Okay, question for you in the comments. Who started reading The Gap and the Gain? Put a one if you started with Gap and the Gain. Awesome. We got Kristen, Ethan. I love it. You're doing the audiobook, right, Ethan? With the author interview? Yep. Christine is listening with me. If our kids could type one, they would, but they're being held hostage. They will be held hostage as they listen on the road trip. Robin, I love it. I love it. Anybody have any takeaways from Gap and the Gain in the first week of listening to it or reading it? You can unmute yourselves. Kristen, how about you? I'll share it in the group. You got background. Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Um, if you guys aren't, if you don't already have it, I'll tell you what, who has their calendar printed out? I meant to ask about that. Crystal has it. All right. Tom's got on his phone. Anybody? I gotta scroll down. All right. I'll tell you what. Crystal and Tom were the first two. Crystal held hers up first. All right. Crystal, would you read a hard copy or would you listen to a audiobook?
Probably reading hard copy.
All right. So Crystal is getting a hard copy of Gap and the Gain.
Oh, now no excuses.
No excuses. You're gonna love it. It's a good book, right, guys? So far, little bit of perspective, little bit of like, oh, that's kind of me, maybe. Uh, there's a whole bunch in there for it. Perfect. All right, you guys, it's 8:58 Eastern. There's a business call held by corporate every night at 9. If anybody wants to jump on, please message me. I will send you the link. I will put the link in the community chat if Kristen doesn't beat me to it. And then tomorrow at 9, I've already spoken with, I think, most of you, but just in case, tomorrow at 9 and Mondays from here on out, we will be having a business tutorial. If you want to make at least 350 bucks a month, up to about $1,000 a month, Monday nights for 30 minutes, we're going to be sharing tips, tricks, the basics of how to do it. With the group that is on there, we will coordinate with you. If you're showing up, we will coordinate and we'll do work with me sessions so that you guys are prepared. It'll be hands-on, helping as if we were side by side. If we can meet with you in person, we will. But at the very least, we want to make sure that everybody has a product paid for. Everybody has an accountability partner. An accountability partner is not the same as building a business. I don't want to confuse those. We're not asking anybody to build a business that doesn't want to. But we are here for you, and tomorrow night at 9 is going to be the kickoff of that call. So thank you all for jumping on. We're going to make sure the link is up for anybody who wants to jump on with corporate at 9, and I will see you guys hopefully all tomorrow. Have a good night.